Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I just read The Great Angel by Wraight, and it's quite good. The book follows a critical remembrancer as he is tasked with writing an honest report about the Blood Angels. He gets to visit Baal, spend some time with the Ninth Legion on crusade, and even gets multiple audiences with the fabulous Hawkboy himself. Initially, he is very impressed with the Angels, their art, and all their glorious decorations. But soon after boarding their ship, he starts to become the victim of a mysterious illness, and weird dreams haunt him in his sleep. He also starts to see some of the cracks in the mask, because for all of his hard work, even Sanguinius can't completely remove the Revenant Legion from the Blood Angels. What dark secrets are the Blood Angels hiding, and what will happen to our Remembrancer? Well, for that you'll have to read the book. Now, what I really love about this book is its cleverness, and in that sense it also heavily reminds me of the Alpharius Primarch novel. The book is almost entirely told from the perspective of this Remembrancer, and from his opinions, experiences and observations we learn a lot. Similar to what Wraight did on Warhawk, he aims to explain and expand the lore via creative dialogue and interesting situations. It covers a lot of topics, ranging from Imperial propaganda politics to the Imperium's hatred for Xenos. Furthermore, it explores the artistic culture of the Blood Angels during the Crusade era. Sure, in modern 40k it is used to reduce the urges of the Red Thirst and to slow down the onset of the Black Rage, but before Sanguinius' death it was already an important part of the Ninth Legion. A lot of cool stuff can be found in this book for lore and Angel fans alike. This book doesn't feel much like a typical Primarch book, however. It doesn't cover the origin of Sanguinius or his time with the Revenant Legion much. Now this makes sense, because all of these were already covered in detail during Echoes of Eternity by Aaron Dembski-Bowden. It also doesn't show the modern Blood Angels, which again makes sense as Guy Haley has been covering them a lot already. Instead, this book works more like an addendum to the first 3 Horus Heresy books, similar to the beginning of the Flight of the Eisenstein. That book showed the Dead Guard side of the story and explored the Legion a bit. This book instead shows the Blood Angel perspective of some of these events, explores some of the darker parts of the Blood Angels, and explains a lot of other things about the Crusade. This could even be considered a non-official part of that trilogy in my opinion, as I think you get a lot more from those 3 books if you also read this one. Another thing I liked about this novel was the main character. He is a fat, unorganized neckbeard with a mouth way too big for his own good. It's a rather unorthodox character type for a Remembrancer at least, but it worked quite well in this novel. It added some funny elements to the story, and also it was nice to see this idiot test the patience of the Blood Angels. This also ties into the final part I really liked about the novel, which is how much classical vampire story tropes it managed to insert into 100 pages. Ranging from mysterious figures stalking the edges of the battlefield, to the main character suffering from a mysterious sickness when aboard the Red Tier. Battle fury that goes a bit too deep, people disappearing and never being heard from again, or art that could come straight from Pickman's model. As a big fan of gothic and horror stories, I really appreciate this Frankenstein's monster of vampire tropes, and somehow it worked very well to create a creepy atmosphere around the Ninth Legion. So all in all, I think I will give this one 5 of the stars, but only barely. The reason is that while this book is great for fans of the lore, it lacks a lot of the emotion that the other good Primarch books had. Furthermore, the ending is great, but also really abrupt, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, all in all, a great addition to the Horus Heresy trilogy, a great exploration of the darker side of the Angels, and a fun vampire story on top. Then to the tier list. The Great Angel is going to end up right behind the Alpharius novel. Similar to that one, this book is carried quite hard by how much of a loregasm it is, rather than being emotional or having an intriguing theme. So both deserve a 5-star rating, but also should be at the bottom of this tier in my opinion. The Alpharius book gets to be above this one, simply for the fact that it worked very well as a novella, while this book ended rather abruptly and feels more like a novel with 100 pages cut out from the middle. It does definitely deserve to be above the Jagatai novel, because it's a lot more coherent, while that one was a bit all over the place. The Jagatai novel also could be considered part of the all too common Space Marine battle genre, while this one very clearly aimed to be more original in that sense and went with a sort of gothic horror genre. Anyways, that's all I got for you today.
If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and click ringing the bell to appease the Great Horned Rat. For more lore content, please check my main channel and leave any book recommendations in the comments down below. I gotta get back to reading the next book.